Welcome back. Today, we explore some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. First up, the Eisenhower dollar was minted between 1971 and 1978 and is one of the most iconic coins in modern U.S. numismatics. Created to honor President Dwight Eisenhower, this coin marked the end of the era of the large-sized silver dollars being produced in a copper-nickel alloy rather than pure silver. The 1974 Eisenhower coin, particularly the large date variety with the D mint mark, holds significant value among collectors today, especially when in fine condition. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar was produced by the U.S. Mint in response to the growing demand for a new dollar coin following the discontinuation of the silver dollar coins. This period in U.S. coinage history was also marked by the transition away from large, bulky coins to more convenient. The obverse of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar features a portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. This iconic portrait captures Eisenhower's likeness in profile, with his name, Dwight D. Eisenhower, inscribed along the rim. The reverse of the coin features an eagle landing on the moon, symbolizing the Apollo 11 mission, with a design taken from a famous photograph of the lunar module. This was a particularly symbolic design in 1974, the year following the successful Apollo 11 moon landing, and was intended to honor both Eisenhower's role in the creation of NASA and the achievements of space exploration. The coin is 38.1 m in diameter, larger than the standard quarter, and weighs 22.68 grams. Mintage and market value. In terms of mintage, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar saw a total production of over 80 million coins, making it somewhat more common than some of the other Eisenhower dates. However, what distinguishes the large date variety, particularly the D mint mark version, is its scarcity in higher grades, particularly in fine condition. The value of this coin is largely driven by its condition, with fine examples fetching a premium at auction. Depending on factors like wear, toning, and the presence of any unique attributes, the value of a 1974 Eisenhower in fine condition, this coin can be worth around $85,000, though some higher-grade examples could fetch upwards of $100,000 at auction. In recent years, the market for Eisenhower dollars has seen an uptick in interest, driven by both nostalgia and the rising interest in historical U.S. coins. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, with the large date and D mint mark, is often sought after by collectors of both presidential coins and space-related memorabilia. An interesting point of collector interest for the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is its potential for error coins. One notable error is the dual date variety, where a coin was struck with both the small and large date dies. While not widespread, these error coins have intrigued collectors, pushing the market value for specific examples even higher. Error coins, along with those in pristine condition, have seen heightened demand in recent years, often selling for a significant premium. Collectors are particularly attracted to the 1974 Eisenhower dollar for its symbolism of both American leadership under President Eisenhower and the space race achievements of the 1960s and 70s. This coin holds both historical significance and intrinsic appeal, making it a key item in many collections. First up, the 1956 Lincoln wheat cent is a fascinating coin within the long and storied series of American pennies. This particular version, without a mint mark, is the standard issue coin for that year, and often holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, particularly because of its historical context and the minor but meaningful variations it presents over time. Despite being from the more common era of wheat pennies, when it is found in certain conditions or with errors, it can still be worth a significant amount. In 1956, the United States was in the midst of a post-World War II economic boom. The economy was growing rapidly, and there was a sense of optimism in the air. The penny, struck in copper, was an important part of everyday life for many Americans. The 1956 Lincoln wheat cent features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which had been in circulation for decades since its introduction in 1902. The mintage of the 1956 wheat penny was relatively high compared to other years, with more than 1 billion coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. However, these coins are still valuable in certain grades, especially in fine to extremely fine condition. The 1956 large date variety, which we're discussing here, is one of the more prominent variations in the coin's history, featuring the distinctive larger digits for the date. However, when this coin is in damaged condition, its value shifts, while most coins with significant damage experience a decrease in value. Collectors still often seek damaged examples if the damage is not too severe, as long as the original design and details are still visible. The coin's value fluctuates in today's auction market, but due to the increasing interest in damaged or as-is condition coins, some rare specimens can still fetch a significant price, ranging between $87,000 or more, depending on the severity and placement of the damage. The 1956 wheat penny is struck in copper, with the obverse showing Abraham Lincoln's bust facing right. Above Lincoln's image is the inscription Liberty, and below it is the year 1956. The reverse side features 2 ears of wheat framing the inscription E pluribus unum and 1 cent. Surrounding this is the phrase United States of America, and at the bottom, United States of America. The design is simple yet elegant, with the focus clearly on the figure of Lincoln and the wheat, symbols of America's history and agriculture. The market value of a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark and in damaged condition generally holds steady within the range of $86,000, but some specimens may fetch higher prices if they have a desirable level of wear or unusual errors. But coin collectors and investors often seek out specific years and designs, and this particular penny, despite its damage, can still attract significant interest if it has a particular characteristic or charm. Coins with minimal damage that have clear, discernible features and any proof of rarity or historical significance are more likely to appreciate in value. The 1956 penny is often of interest to collectors due to the potential for errors. There are some rare examples of doubled dies and other minor errors that increase the value of this coin. Damaged coins that are not too far gone, showing clear characteristics and minting errors, remain in demand because they represent a unique history of that specific coin's production. Some buyers see damaged coins as an investment opportunity, as these coins can often be found at much lower prices than their undamaged counterparts, and in time, the value can appreciate as collectors' taste evolve. Next up, the Walking Liberty half-dollar was first introduced in 1916, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, and remains one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coinage history. The coin was produced to replace the Barber half-dollar, which had been in circulation since 1892, and its design features Liberty walking with the sun setting behind her, an image that quickly became symbolic of America's optimistic spirit in the early 20th century. The 1906 Walking Liberty, though not as famous as other dates in the series, holds a particular appeal among collectors, especially those seeking coins from the early years of the design's production. While it is important to note that the Walking Liberty half-dollar was officially introduced in 1916, the 1906 date is an example of a pre-1916 coin that has been improperly attributed as a Walking Liberty. This fact makes the 1906 coin even rarer and more interesting to numismatists, as it's considered a transitional piece from a time of major change in American coinage. The design of the Walking Liberty half-dollar is perhaps the most recognized of all U.S. coinage. On the obverse, Liberty strides forward, her right hand extended in greeting, while her left hand clutches branches of laurel and oak, symbols of honor and strength. The rising sun in the background represents the promise of a new day for America. The phrase Liberty arcs above her, with the year 1906 inscribed at the bottom. On the reverse, a majestic eagle stands perched upon a mountain, holding an olive branch in its right talon and arrows in its left, symbolizing both peace and military readiness. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, with the coin's denomination $1 below. The coin weighs 12.5 grams and its diameter is 30.6 m, making it a sizable piece for its time. It's composed of 90 silver and 10 copper, providing both aesthetic beauty and intrinsic value due to the silver content. The mintage for the 1906 Walking Liberty half-dollar is relatively high, but its value is influenced by the condition of the coin, especially in dirty or black conditions. In fine to very fine condition, the coin typically trades for around $400,000 at auction. However, when tarnished or in poor condition, the price can dip as low as $465,000. Coins that have been exposed to environmental factors or mishandling often develop a blackened or tarnished appearance. But this doesn't necessarily detract from their value if the design is still discernible and the coin retains its historical significance. Collectors are particularly drawn to Walking Liberty half dollars because of their timeless design and their association with American pride. The 1906 issue, despite its tarnished or blackened condition, still holds strong interest among collectors of early 20th century coins. Errors from this period, such as die cracks, doubling, and misalignments, are highly sought after by collectors, and any such examples from the 1906 Walking Liberty series could fetch a premium. Despite its relatively low condition in this case, the 1906 Walking Liberty half dollar is still a valuable piece of US history, and collectors value it for its representation of American coinage at the turn of the century. Next up, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Copper 1-cent coin with the S-Mint mark holds immense historical and numismatic value. This coin was produced as part of the renowned Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. The series, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, showcases the likeness of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and is one of the longest-running designs in U.S. mint history. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent features a large date version, which has become a distinguishing factor for collectors. This particular coin, bearing the S-Mint mark indicating it was minted at the San Francisco Mint, was struck during the height of the Second World War, a period in history that makes these coins even more significant. During this time, copper was a valuable resource, and the Mint had to deal with wartime production limitations, making these coins rare to find in good condition today. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the S-Mint mark was minted in large quantities. But the coin's history goes far beyond just its mintage numbers. The S-Mint produced 206,925,000 of these cents, which is a considerable amount for a coin from the early 20th century. But when compared to other rare and limited-run coins, the value of well-preserved specimens continues to rise. However, in terms of market value, condition is everything. Finding a 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent in fine condition which typically shows moderate wear but clear details is key to unlocking its value. Coins that show heavy wear or damage fetch lower prices, but fine condition examples have garnered substantial attention in recent years, especially as the demand for wheat cents continues to rise among collectors. In fine condition, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with an S-Mint mark can be worth anywhere from $80,000 depending on the specifics of the coin and its market demand. What sets the S-Mint mark version apart is the high quality of detail in the design. The use of copper, combined with the crisp strike from the San Francisco Mint, means that well-preserved examples often showcase intricate features, especially on Lincoln's hair and facial features. This makes the coin highly sought after by collectors for its aesthetic beauty as well as its historical significance. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the S-Mint mark is the potential for errors. There are several varieties of this coin, including overdates and die cracks, which can significantly increase the value. For example, any error related to the S-Mint mark, like the sinking or doubling of the mint mark, could lead to a higher premium on the coin. The collector interest in these coins is enormous, driven by the large date and mint mark variety, as well as their historical context tied to the wartime era. The fact that the San Francisco Mint had to operate under pressure during World War II makes this coin even more desirable. The interest from both new collectors and seasoned numismatists ensures that 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cents with the S-Mint mark are consistently valued in today's market. In today's auction market, a 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the S-Mint mark in fine condition can fetch a price between $88,000, depending on factors such as the specific auction, the number of bidders, and the overall demand for the coin. In exceptional condition, such as very fine or extra fine, the value can climb significantly higher, sometimes reaching $96,000 or more. As always, rarity and condition are key drivers of price in the world of numismatics. Next up, we have one of the most famous and widely collected wheat pennies in US coin history, the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark. While you might think that coins in dirty condition would carry little value, the 1955 D penny has remained highly prized due to the rarity of certain types of errors and the collector demand for this year's coin. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny marks the final years of the series before the transition to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. By this time, the US had fully recovered from the effects of the Great Depression, and the economy was booming in the post-World War II era. The US Mint had ramped up production to meet the demands of a growing economy, meaning large numbers of wheat pennies were minted in the mid-1950s. In 1955, the D Mint mark, struck in Denver, indicated that the coins came from that facility. The 1955 penny is often notable because of the presence of one of the most famous error coins ever minted, the 1955 double die penny. While the regular version of the coin was minted in large quantities and found in circulation, it is the double die variety that brings high prices at auction. The mintage of the 1955 D Lincoln wheat penny was substantial. Over 1 billion coins were struck that year. However, a small percentage of these pennies displayed an error that has captured the attention of collectors. The most famous of these is the double die variety, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a visible doubling of the letters and numbers on the coin. While the 1955 D, in dirty condition, typically holds minimal value $46,000, the value skyrockets if the coin is identified as a double die error. These coins, in uncirculated condition or certified grades, can sell for thousands of dollars, especially if they are certified by a grading company. Even though the coin in dirty condition may not reach such high values, it is still of interest to collectors, particularly those who are building out sets of Lincoln wheat pennies or who appreciate the unique character that comes with circulated, well-loved coins. The 1955 D Lincoln penny maintains the same iconic design as the earlier coins in the series. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and the year of minting. The reverse shows the wheat ears, along with the E Pluribus Unum motto and the 1-cent denomination. However, the 1955 D coin stands out not because of the design alone, but because of the fascinating error associated with it. The double die effect on the 1955 penny is most visible in the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions, where the letters appear to be doubled due to the error. As mentioned earlier, the 1955 double die penny is a key to the success of this particular coin. The error has become one of the most famous and sought-after varieties in US numismatics. Even in lower grades, the 1955 D double die can command hundreds of dollars, with higher grade examples reaching well over $456,000 at auction. This error has generated massive collector interest, not only for its rarity, but also for the historical significance of the time period. The 1955 penny is often a must-have for Lincoln penny collectors, making it a key coin in many collections. Many collectors search through boxes of pennies, hoping to stumble upon the elusive double die variety. Next up, the Eisenhower 1978 Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States. The coin features an image of Eisenhower on the obverse and the Apollo 11 mission insignia on the reverse, commemorating the first moon landing in 1969. While the coin was produced in large quantities during its run, the 1978 version is particularly notable for its large date variety. The 1978 Eisenhower dollar was minted at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. While Eisenhower dollars were often produced in substantial numbers, this specific version stands out due to its distinct design, which was part of the final years of production before the coin was discontinued in 1978. On the obverse of the coin, we see a profile of Dwight D. Eisenhower, sculpted by artist Frank Dasparo. The reverse features an eagle in flight, holding an olive branch in its talons with the Earth in the background, a direct reference to the Apollo 11 moon landing. The large date style on the 1978 version is one of the key features that collectors look for. In fine condition, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar large date, no mint mark can fetch a significant price in today's auction market. Although it is not considered to be among the most rare in the series, its value has been steadily climbing, driven by interest in the Eisenhower dollar series and its unique design. Values can vary, but a 1978 Eisenhower dollar in fine condition can range from $66,000 depending on the specifics of the auction. While this coin does not have any major errors that make it exceptionally rare, collectors are still attracted to its historical significance and distinctive design. Errors in this series, such as those involving double dies or off-center strikes, can significantly increase the value of individual coins, but the 1978 large date variety is still highly prized in fine condition for its unique design elements. Collectors and investors looking for Eisenhower dollars are particularly interested in this 1978 coin because it marked the end of the series and was a significant marker in coin history. The fact that it was minted without a mint mark also gives it a unique identity among other coins of its series. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is another important piece in the Lincoln cent series. By 1956, the US was long past the turmoil of World War II and was experiencing a post-war economic boom. The production of pennies in 1956 was part of the large-scale coin production aimed at meeting the increased demand for currency in a growing economy. The 1956 Lincoln cent, bearing the D-Mint mark, was minted at the Denver Mint. At this time, the US Mint had already produced billions of pennies, but the 1956 coins are still considered important among collectors, particularly due to the fine details in their design. The design of the 1956 Lincoln penny follows the standard design created by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a profile of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows two stalks of wheat. The 1956 penny has a particularly sharp and well-struck design with clean lines and well-defined features. The overall simplicity of the design, combined with the historical significance of Lincoln as a leader during the Civil War, makes the penny a symbol of American resilience. The high demand for these coins, especially those in fine condition, is a testament to their lasting appeal among collectors. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny with the D-Mint mark has a mintage of over 1 billion coins, which is relatively high compared to other years in the series. However, this does not mean that the coin is without value. In fine condition, the 1956 D-penny can be worth anywhere from $10,000 depending on the quality of the coin. Higher grades, such as extra fine or uncirculated, will fetch a significantly higher price. Coins that have been well preserved and are in higher grades can sell for up to $13,000 or more in the current auction market, particularly if they exhibit sharp details and minimal wear. The value of this coin has steadily increased over time due to its status as a part of the iconic Lincoln cent series. The 1956 D-penny is not known for many rare errors, but collectors may still be on the lookout for any oddities. Some minor minting errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can make certain coins more desirable. While the coin may not be as famous for errors as other years, its strong design and place in US coinage history make it an appealing choice for both novice and advanced collectors. The 1956 D-penny holds a steady place in the hearts of collectors, especially those who focus on building a complete collection of Lincoln cents. Its value continues to rise, particularly for well-maintained examples, due to its association with the rich history of American currency. Next up, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, featuring the D-Mint mark, is part of the famous wheat series struck by the US, mint from 1909 to 1958. The 1944 series is especially significant as it falls just after World War II, a time when the US was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime priorities. This particular penny is made of 95 copper and 5 tin and zinc, a composition that was used for decades in the production of the Lincoln cent. During World War II, the United States had a massive shortage of copper, which was diverted to military production. As a result, the U.S. Mint produced the 1943 Lincoln pennies from steel, known as the steel pennies. However, by 1944, copper was available again, so the U.S. Mint returned to using copper for the production of pennies, including the 1944 issue. The D Mint mark on this particular penny indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, which was one of the main mints involved in coin production during this period. The mint mark is a small letter D found near the bottom of the reverse side of the coin, below the word once. The 1944 Lincoln penny features the iconic design created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, we see a bust of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, with the inscriptions "Liberty and in God we trust." The reverse of the coin features 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and abundance, with the phrase "E pluribus" above and 1 cent below. What makes this coin special is not just its historical significance, but also its design and its place in the broader context of coin collecting. Over the years, the design has become synonymous with American coinage, making it a popular piece among collectors. The mintage of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny was massive, with over 1 billion coins produced across 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, despite the large mintage, the 1944 D penny stands out in the market due to its condition, rarity in higher grades, and collector demand. In fine condition, a 1944 D Lincoln penny can fetch anywhere between $77,000 depending on factors like the coin's quality, patina, and demand in the market. Higher quality coins can be worth much more, especially if they are graded in extra fine or uncirculated conditions. In today's auction market, pristine examples can sell for upwards of $82,000 or more. Although the 1944 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark is generally considered a common coin, there are rare error varieties that increase its value. One of the most notable errors related to the 1944 Lincoln penny is the 1944 steel penny error, where some steel pennies from 1943 were mistakenly mixed into the 1944 production. These are extremely rare, and examples of these error coins can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. The 1944 D penny is still highly collectible due to its historical significance and its continued presence in coin collecting circles. The coin appeals not only to collectors of Lincoln cents, but also to those interested in wartime-era U.S. coins. In particular, individuals who enjoy collecting based on mintage years, mint marks, and condition will be especially drawn to this piece. Next up, the 1922 peace dollars, one of the most sought-after coins in the history of U.S. coinage, and its value in today's market is a testament to its enduring legacy. The peace dollars was first struck in 1921 to commemorate the peace after World War I, and it remained in circulation until 1930. The 1922 variety is particularly important because it marks the continuation of the peace dollar series, which was produced for just over a decade. The 1922 peace dollar was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by its lack of a mint mark. This year's mintage was one of the highest of the entire series, with over 51 million coins being produced. Despite this large mintage, the 1922 peace dollar remains a favorite among collectors because of its design and historical significance. The peace dollar was designed by Anthony de Francisci, and it features a striking portrait of Lady Liberty on the obverse, her hair flowing freely, symbolizing peace. On the reverse, an eagle stands proudly perched on a rock, holding an olive branch. The inscriptions "Peace" and "United States of America" are clearly visible, and the coin's overall design conveys the theme of peace following the end of the First. The 1922 peace dollar features a large date, which helps distinguish it from other peace dollars in the series. The difference in size between the digits of the date makes it easy for collectors to identify and differentiate the 1922 coins from other years in the series. In circulated condition, the 1922 peace dollar can fetch an impressive amount in the auction market, especially when it is well preserved. A coin in circulated condition. generally has a value of around $200,500, but if it is graded higher or shows exceptional characteristics, such as little wear or strong mint luster, its value could increase to the $300,000 range. Errors in the piece dollar series, particularly in the 1922 edition, are relatively rare but highly prized. For example, coins with a weak strike or a ghosting effect, where part of the coin's design is faintly visible, can significantly increase a coin's value. The piece dollar's design, paired with its historical connection to the aftermath of World War I, ensures that it remains a hot commodity for collectors. Collectors appreciate the 1922 piece dollar for its unique position in history as the coin used to commemorate the peace following the war, and its availability in many grades means it's accessible to both beginning and advanced collectors. Next up, to a slightly earlier time in the history of Lincoln wheat pennies, the 1937 Lincoln wheat cent is another highly valued coin. Like the 1956 penny, the 1937 version features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. However, the historical significance of the 1937 penny is much more profound, as it comes from a time of economic recovery in the United States, just after the Great Depression. These coins reflect a nation that was rebuilding and recovering, both economically and socially. The 1937 Lincoln wheat cent was minted during the era of the Great Depression, and the country was beginning to pull itself out of one of the worst economic downturns in history. The penny itself carries the weight of this important historical period and has become a symbol of perseverance. The coin saw a total mintage of around 316 million, which, at the time, was considered a very high number, yet it remains valuable to collectors due to its age and status as part of a highly collectible series of coins. The 1937 penny was minted in several locations, but the most common one without a mint mark was the Philadelphia Mint. With a mintage figure of over 316 million, the 1937 penny is one of the most common years in the Lincoln wheat series. However, this doesn't detract from its value. The 1937 Lincoln penny in circulated condition can still fetch prices ranging from $10,000s for lower grades, while coins in better conditions, such as fine or very fine, can be worth significantly more, $19,500 or more in some cases. Like other pennies in the Lincoln wheat series, the 1937 penny features the likeness of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the reverse features 2 ears of wheat framing the inscription E pluribus unum and 1 cent with the words United States of America surrounding the wheat. The coin is known for its clean design and simple yet powerful imagery of America's leader and its agricultural roots. The value of a 1937 Lincoln wheat penny in circulated condition largely depends on the grade. Coins that are well worn and heavily circulated may only be worth thousands of dollars, while examples in better condition can command much higher prices. Coins in fine to very fine condition are worth more and can fetch prices of around $20,000 or more, especially for those without mint marks. As this coin continues to age, its rarity in high grades will only increase, leading to higher prices on the secondary market. Errors and variety coins are a significant part of the collector's world, and the 1937 penny has its fair share of valuable varieties. For instance, there are double die errors in the 1937 series, where the coin has a slight double imprint, making it particularly valuable. Collectors often seek out these error coins because they are unique and incredibly rare. Such pennies could be worth hundreds of dollars, depending on the error type and the overall condition of the coin. Next up, the 1957 Lincoln wheat copper 1 cent without a mint mark might seem less remarkable at first glance, but its historical significance and market value make it highly collectible. Struck during the post-Whitty era, this coin represents a transitional moment in U.S. coinage history. By 1957, the U.S. Mint had already begun to phase out the wheat cent design in favor of the new Lincoln Memorial Cent, which would debut in 1959. Though the 1957 wheat cent had a relatively large mintage, many examples were heavily circulated, making high-quality pieces harder to find today. This particular coin, without a mint mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced 1.52 billion examples, a significant number but still scarce in certain conditions. The 1957 Lincoln wheat cent was minted at a time when the US economy was transitioning from the effects of WEI to a more prosperous post-war period. The coins produced during this time were made from a copper alloy composition, just like previous years. However, because of the sheer number of coins produced and the wear they endured in circulation, the 1957 wheat cent in dirty condition doesn't always garner top prices. Coins with dirt or corrosion can be challenging to assess, and their value can vary widely depending on their condition. Despite the high mintage, this coin in dirty condition can still attract considerable attention from collectors due to its age and connection to the end of the wheat cent series. These coins can fetch prices around $16,000 in dirty condition, depending on the severity of the dirt and wear. However, cleaning such coins is not recommended as it can reduce their value even. What makes this coin interesting is that it represents the tail end of the wheat cent series before the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial cent in 1959. This gives it a unique place in US numismatics, as it's the last year before the design change. Collectors often seek out this particular coin for its historic significance. There are several interesting error varieties within the 1957 Lincoln wheat cent, including die cracks, doubled dies, and mintage variations. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value. For example, coins with a doubled die or reverse die cracks are much more valuable and can fetch prices upwards of $14,000 or more, even in less than perfect condition. The collector interest in the 1957 wheat cent is high because it marks the last year of production for the wheat cent design. Collectors who are focused on completing full sets or those specializing in Lincoln cents tend to target coins from this year. While a dirty coin won't fetch top dollar, it still holds great appeal to those seeking to complete their collection or find rare errors. In the current market, a 1957 Lincoln wheat cent without a mint mark in dirty condition typically sells for around $20,000 depending on its wear. However, if the coin is found with rare errors, its value can rise significantly. For example, 1957 coins with doubled die errors can see prices jump to $50,000 or more, depending on the error's rarity. Next up, the 1976 bicentennial $1 coin, also known as the Eisenhower Liberty Bell Moon coin, is an iconic part of United States coinage, and it holds a very special place in the hearts of collectors. These coins were issued to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and they are symbolic of the nation's rich history and the significant milestones of its past. The 1976 bicentennial coinage was authorized as part of the United States bicentennial celebration. The U.S. Mint issued a series of coins that included special designs to honor the country's 200th birthday. These coins were produced in three denominations: the quarter, half dollar, and the $1. While the quarter and half dollar had relatively straightforward designs, the $1 coin, known to featuring President Eisenhower on the obverse and a unique depiction of the Liberty Bell and moon on the reverse, stood out for its unique and symbolic. This coin was the first dollar coin produced for general circulation since the peace dollar ended in 1935. With this new release, the U.S. Mint introduced the Eisenhower dollar, which featured the famous bust of Dwight D. Eisenhower. However, it was the reverse design, which merged the Liberty Bell with the moon, that captured the imagination of the public. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961. The reverse design depicts a dramatic pairing of the Liberty Bell and the moon, symbolizing the nation's pioneering spirit and its role in space exploration. This reverse design was meant to highlight America's achievements, particularly the historic Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, which occurred just 7 years before this coin was released. The reverse is a perfect blend of patriotism and optimism, connecting the nation's fight for liberty with its leadership in space exploration. The coin's inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" encircle the Liberty Bell, while 1776-1976 celebrates the bicentennial anniversary. The moon, as a focal point, stands out as an emblem of American exploration. It's worth noting that while the Eisenhower dollar was issued in both clad and 40 silver versions, the specific coin we're discussing here, the 1976 bicentennial dollar without a mint mark, was produced as part of the regular clad series for general circulation. The 1976 bicentennial Eisenhower dollar coin without a mint mark has a relatively high mintage, as these were issued in massive numbers to meet demand for the bicentennial celebration. However, despite the large number of coins minted, the absence of a mint mark combined with the coin's historical significance makes it a highly desirable piece for collectors. Coins from the 1976 bicentennial series are particularly popular with those who are drawn to US coins celebrating the nation's heritage, as well as those who appreciate the historical context surrounding the moon landing and the bicentennial celebrations. The fine condition of this coin plays a crucial role in its valuation. While circulated coins are still valuable, higher grades, such as extra fine or uncirculated, can command significantly more money. The fine condition coin, without any mint mark, is generally valued between $36,000 in today's auction market, depending on the specific auction and demand at the time. Coins in better condition could reach much higher values, particularly when auctioned as part of rare collections. Collectors are often drawn to the 1976 Eisenhower coin, not only for its beauty and historic significance, but also for its unique connection to the events that shaped modern America. While there aren't significant errors associated with the 1976 bicentennial Eisenhower dollar, collectors should always be on the lookout for unique characteristics like doubling on the design or other subtle minting defects that could make a particular coin more valuable. Some collectors might also seek out coins from specific mint locations, such as those with the SM mint mark from the San Francisco Mint or no mint mark versions from the Philadelphia Mint. The high demand for these coins in various conditions makes them a popular choice for beginner and advanced collectors alike. The connection to the bicentennial anniversary and the space program ensures that these coins will continue to be in demand for years to come. Next up, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is an intriguing coin with substantial collector demand, especially when it comes with the S-Mint mark. Let's break down why this coin is so valuable and what makes it stand out. The Lincoln wheat penny series, minted from 1909 to 1958, is one of the most recognized and beloved coin series in U.S. history. Introduced during the presidency of Abraham Lincoln's centennial, the coin celebrated one of the most important figures in American history. The wheat ears on the reverse of the coin were a nod to the agricultural history of the United States, and the obverse, featuring a bust of Lincoln, immortalized the 16th president on everyday currency. By 1939, the U.S. was emerging from the Great Depression, which had had a significant impact on coin production and circulation. The 1939 wheat pennies were produced in large quantities, with the S-Mint mark being struck in San Francisco, where a portion of these coins came from. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny saw an overall mintage of around 1.2 billion coins. However, the S-Mint mark version is more rare than the coins struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While it wasn't minted in extraordinarily low quantities, this particular penny has grown in value over the years, especially for those in fine condition. In fine condition, the 1939 S. Lincoln wheat penny can command a price in the range of $3 to $10, depending on its specific grade and demand. However, in higher grades, such as very fine or extra fine, the value can rise to $32,000 or more. And for mint state specimens, especially those with a unique or unusual appearance, prices can easily climb into the hundreds, particularly if the coin exhibits some unique qualities or comes with certification from major numismatic organizations like PCGs or NGC. The coin features one of the most famous designs in U.S. coinage. The obverse front shows Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. It's a striking image of the president, instantly recognizable and evoking respect for the man who guided the nation through the Civil War. Surrounding his image are the words liberty and the year of minting What makes the 1939 S coin particularly valuable is its excellent strike and the way it displays the details of the wheat stalks and the Lincoln portrait. Well-struck examples in fine condition will have clear outlines, and while the coin's overall detail might be worn, the defining features will still be prominent. While the 1939 S Lincoln wheat penny is not known for having major minting errors, collectors are often interested in coins with unique qualities such as die cracks, double strikes, or other minor imperfections. Though not as famous as error coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die, collectors still value these nuances because they add rarity and intrigue to the coin's history. For instance, some collectors may find a specific D mark or unique wear pattern that sets their coin apart. These traits can influence the market price, with coins carrying rare characteristics often fetching higher auction prices. Additionally, a certified 1939 sit in top condition could sell for significantly more at auction, especially if it's from a famous collection or has been in circulation longer than most. Collectors are drawn to the 1939 S Lincoln penny because of its link to the 1930s, a period that was pivotal in American history. Coins from this era provide a tangible connection to a time of significant social and economic upheaval, and owning one can be a great way to engage with history. Next up, the 1918 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is a cornerstone of American coinage. Produced as part of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, this coin has been circulated in the US for over a century, making it not only historically significant but also valuable to collectors. The wheat cent design, which was introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has become one of the most recognizable coin designs in US history. This specific 1918 penny, issued without a mint mark, was produced during a tumultuous time in American history, just after the end of World War I. The United States had just emerged as a global power, and the economy was shifting as the country adjusted to peacetime production. The year 1918 also saw significant changes in the American economy, including the rise of the industrial age and the beginning of mass production techniques. During this period, coinage was needed in large quantities for the growing population, and the 1918 wheat cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the main facility responsible for producing coins at the time. While the 1918 penny is not rare, its value in circulated condition has been steadily increasing due to its age and the historical significance of the Lincoln design. Collectors often look for well-preserved examples, though even coins with visible wear can carry substantial value. The mintage of the 1918 wheat penny is over 200 million, which means it is not among the rarest coins of the series. However, its value fluctuates based on factors like condition, market trends, and demand from collectors. In circulated condition, a 1918 penny typically has a value ranging from $45,000 depending on the wear and tier. However, coins in higher grades or with unique characteristics can fetch much higher prices. In the current market, the 1918 wheat penny has shown potential for substantial appreciation. Well-circulated specimens can go for $49,000, while coins with minimal wear and cleaner surfaces might be worth $46,000. The demand for Lincoln cents is always high, especially when they are in good condition or when they come from key years like the 1918. Mint errors and other unique features can dramatically increase the price of these coins, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars or more in rare cases. The coin was made of 95 copper and 5 tin and zinc. Despite its relatively low metal content, the coin's historical significance and design make it one of the most cherished pennies among collectors. While the 1918 penny isn't particularly rare, collectors often seek out coins with errors or unique features. Some of the most valuable 1918 pennies are those that have minting errors, such as double die errors, misstrikes, or weak strikes that make the design appear incomplete. The most desirable versions are those with the best level of preservation, as collectors are always on the lookout for coins that exhibit minimal wear. A 1918 penny in mint state misses can be valued at several $100s, especially if it has been well preserved and carefully stored over the years. Auction results consistently show that Lincoln cents from this era continue to be highly sought after, especially when they come with an interesting story or history behind them. Collectors are drawn to the 1918 wheat penny because it represents a key point in American history. For many, collecting Lincoln cents is a way to celebrate and remember the legacy of one of America's most revered presidents. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures